Noah Bergman joins us right now.
Yeah, no, in addition to a few showers out there, all eyes are on the weekend and that system in the Gulf. Kind of break down the timing for us.
I think the second half of Sunday is when we'll have the peak impacts.
Okay.
So pretty confidently we can now specify Sunday midday, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening is when we're going to have the peak of the impacts from Debbie. And that's why we've issued a storm alert day to heighten your awareness that that is the day the majority of the impacts from this system will occur. We're looking at an enhanced tornado risk. I've looked at some of the very high-res models we have. On the east side of this system, which is where we will be regardless of the final track, there's going to be quite a favorable tornado environment for fast-forming, fast-moving, weak, brief tornadoes. And there could be a lot of tornado warnings, actually, because this will coincide with the afternoon Sunday when naturally, even through the clouds, we've got more heating. And you tap that into the wind energy from this system. I do think we'll have a lot of tornado warnings Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Peak gusts, 50+ miles an hour for central Florida, the tropical rains, potential flooding. Not everywhere is going to see this, but I do think there'll be a zone or a few zones of 8 to 10 inches plus of rain. Wouldn't shock me if we had somewhere get over a foot of rain Sunday afternoon. So here's what it looks like tonight in the visible satellite, really starting to fire some pretty good convection. Still a potential tropical cyclone, but if you look on the infrared satellite with the colorization, you see some bigger thunderstorms here forming on the south side of the island, also a little outer mid-level band, if you will, up in the southern part of the Bahamas. Once this emerges off the coast of Cuba late tonight and tomorrow, it'll start to organize. So let me walk you through for this forecast, our exclusive Fox model. We'll start it Saturday at 1 p.m. So tonight and tomorrow, we're pretty quiet. Tomorrow afternoon, you won't even know much is going on. It's just a normal afternoon for Florida for early August. Maybe a couple of showers, but tomorrow there's not going to really be much. As we go into Saturday night, clouds will start to increase. Now, I want to make something clear too. The track will be very dependent on the intensity. Stronger further west, weaker further east, and that'll also shift the timing. So this timing could still move forward or back by about 3 to 6 hours. I think we've got about a 3 to 6 hour window of cushion. Wow, that was a big lightning bolt. That was right over Lake Mary, and that's not related to, that was a close one, any of you in Seminole County right now. But as we go into Sunday, the idea is that the outer bands of Debbie start to come in during the mid-morning. Here's 8 in the morning, notice the time there, 9, but the peak of the storm certainly after lunch. Here's 11 o'clock in the morning Sunday. Now here's the center. Right there, you see the center goes over Marion County, and it's a real big rainmaker with just repeat rounds of rain. Notice 4 o'clock Sunday, and it's any of these storms and cells on the east side of the circulation, which would be right here, that'd be fair game for tornadoes. Probably we'll have a lot of tornado warnings. Now here's 6 Sunday. Look at this radar. That's a ton of rain. This is a slow-moving system. I do think we'll have several areas of pretty good flooding Sunday evening here. 7, then the center goes up towards Palm Coast by Sunday evening. It's still just all-out tropical rains across the Space Coast down towards Brevard County. Now, that's as far out as that model goes. I'll show you something further out coming up in the next half hour. But in terms of rain potential, remember the heaviest rain is right along and east of the center. So if the center goes from about Clearwater through southern Marion up to northern Flagler, that puts the heaviest of rain right east of that, and you notice that purple swath of 6 to 12 inches of rain. And I do think this could trend up if the storm slows down. If it speeds up, maybe the rain totals will come down a little bit, but pretty confident that we're going to have some flooding issues, and it would not shock me at all if somewhere got 10, 12, 13, 14 inches of rain Sunday afternoon and evening. So tomorrow and Monday, we've made weather impact days. Tomorrow, it's really mostly just a typical August day. Monday, depending on if this thing stalls up by Jacksonville, we could have some storms and severe storms that linger up by Flagler County, also St. Johns County, maybe down to Volusia. So we'll keep an eye on that. But the real storm impact here in central Florida is late morning Sunday through the evening on Sunday into the wee hours of Monday. Then after this system pulls away, it is going to get really hot the end of next week. Air temperatures might get close to 100 by next Thursday and Friday.